Hello everyone and welcome back. So today I have the new Armani Prisma Glass lip glosses, which I wanted to review and show you how they apply and the 3 different shades that I have. I thought this would be quite a quick video if I just showed you the 3 lip glosses. So I did include just a really quick, very easy, minimal, quite monochromatic, because I was very much inspired by the makeup looks on the Armani beauty website. They have a lot of monochromatic looks showing off the new lip glosses, so I did kind of go down that route as well today. So I really hope that you enjoy. If you do, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you're not already. My name is Millie and I do beauty videos and the occasional lifestyle and routine video as well. So if that sounds good, then do make sure you are subscribed, and let's get into it. So before we hop into the kind of get ready try on portion, I did want to just give you a bit of a rundown as to what these new glosses from Armani claim to do, the pricing, and just everything like that, all of the nitty-gritty details. So these do retail for £30. I was very kindly gifted the 3 shades that I have, but I am in no obligation to post a review. I'm not getting paid or anything like that. They were just kindly sent to me in the post. There are 7 shades in total, and like I said, I have 3 of them. I do have the clear one, so I guess that doesn't really count as a shade. So I have 01, which is just the clear. I have the shade number 2, which is Candy Halo, and I have the shade number 5, which is Berry Beam. On the website it says Rosy Beam, but I'm almost certain on the box it says Berry Beam. But to me, Berry Beam does make sense because it's a bit more mauvey. But anyway, those are the 3 shades that I have. So the description on the Armani website says that the Prisma Glass coats lips in maximal shine and hydration in just 1 swipe. We'll get on to the just in 1 swipe thing as we do the application, because I don't really believe that. Delivers a sheer wash of colour, ultra comfortable, non-sticky texture, which I definitely do agree with. Enriched with 15% squalane. This oil in gloss formula provides 24 hours of moisture to help improve lip texture over time. I don't know if I would say these are a kind of lip gloss oil formula. I'm definitely a bit obsessed with lip oils at the moment, and I wouldn't really put these in the lip oil category. I do think that they are more of a lip gloss, but they are still very thin and quite hydrating. So don't think of like your thick, sticky, gloopy lip gloss, but I also wouldn't think of an oil either when describing these. So just bear that in mind. I don't know if they've kind of thrown that in there as a bit of a marketing tactic, because lip oils are all the rage at the moment. But that aside, I do think that they are a really, really nice formula. So I'm going to hop into the get ready portion, and I will also show you all 3 shades applied. Obviously they are going to be a little bit more sheer, so your natural lip colour might also alter the way that these look. Obviously that definitely rings true with the clear transparent shade. That's just going to mimic whatever colour you have on underneath. So yes, that's a bit of background details on these. Let's hop into the get ready with me. I will leave a timestamp as to when we get to the lip portion, because I know if you've clicked on this video, that's probably what you are here for, to actually see these in action. So I will leave a timestamp on the screen so you can just fast forward to the lip swatches, but if you wanted to see the overall look, then just keep watching and we will get to that as well. Okay, so to start out with, I'm not going to use a primer at all, but I do just want to quickly refresh my skin just so that my concealer has something to glide over the top of. So I'm going to use this Dr. Jart Ceramidin Cream Mist. I really enjoy these types of products for prepping the skin before makeup. This one is really, really lightweight, very hydrating. Any of those kind of lightweight, milky toners will work really nicely just to give your skin a tiny bit of hydration. And then I do, like I said, want to keep this relatively quick because I'm excited to play around with the lip products. And I'm sure if you've clicked on this video, that is the whole point why you're here. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of my NYX Bear With Me concealer serum. I'm just going to pump a tiny bit on the back of my hand. And I'm kind of going to use this with my Rose Inc number 3 brush I'm going to use it under my eyes mainly. And then just blending it across the skin, anywhere else where I have a little bit of redness. This is also going to act as our foundation today, so I'm not applying any additional product. I just want to keep this really light, really fresh. And this just gives you the perfect amount of coverage. It's really forgiving on the skin, very lightweight, blends in really nicely. I have a tiny bit of redness around my mouth at the moment, so I do just want to cover that a little bit as well. I'm then going to go straight into a tiny bit of bronzer. I told you this was really quick. I mean, we're not doing anything else now in terms of complexion. So I'm going to use my e.l.f. bronzer in Tan Lines, which is a really nice bronzer to use if you haven't applied like a heavy foundation, or you're kind of going over the top of a light skin tint or something like that, because it's quite a sheer product. So it does allow your skin underneath to peek through a little bit, which I quite like, because I feel like that it just looks less makeup-y that way. I always apply my bronzer a bit higher on the cheeks in the spring and summer, because it just gives you a bit more of a sun-kissed look. And then for my blush, I'm going to use a very glowy blush. I'm going to use a very glowy blush today, so it's also going to act as a bit of a highlight. So I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Glow Gasm in the shade Pink Gasm. I wanted to go for a bit of a monochromatic look today. I was having a look at the Armani website to get some inspiration and to obviously find a bit more information about the Prisma glosses. And a lot of the looks that they were showing, a lot of them were very monochromatic, and I really liked that. So I've just picked up a little bit of the product and just going onto the cheeks. I do find this to be quite pigmented, so I do build it quite slowly. Really, really glowy, as the name would suggest. And then before I go in and set with a bit of powder, I'm just going to dull this down a tiny bit with my foundation brush. I love to over apply blush. And then I've got my Hourglass trio here. So this is 3 of their ambient lighting powders, and I'm going to take a fluffy duo fiber and I just mix all of the shades together, and I'm just going to use that to set my skin. This is more of a luminous setting powder. It's more of a finishing powder really, but if you want something that's going to lightly set your makeup in place but doesn't completely dull down the complexion, it still adds a little bit of life, then I think those Hourglass powders are unbeatable in my opinion. They are such a lovely, very finely milled, luminous formula, but it does set the makeup down. We are moving through this at a rapid pace. So in my brows, I am going to use the Glossier Boy Brow. I feel like a tinted brow gel is the perfect way to quickly fill in your brows, but it does create a really nice effect. It fills them in, it gives them a bit of shape and hold if that's what you're looking for. And then to keep with the monochromatic look, the lip glosses that I have are more pink, a bit more rosy toned. So I pulled out my Lisa Eldridge eyeshadow palette in Muse because it has these really beautiful pinks. There's a really nice light peach as well, and I think this will just work really nicely with the blush and the lip glosses as well, just to create a nice monochromatic look. So I'm just going to go into the top shade here on the left hand side, which is a nice light peach. I'm just going to start to work this across the lid and into the crease as well. And then I'm going to take the shade underneath that. I believe this is the shade Love in Venice, which is a luminous shadow. It's a really nice kind of mauvey pink, and I'm going to apply that over the majority of the lid. I might actually just take my finger and go into this top shade here, which is a little bit more like a purple. This is called Tomorrow's Party. Yeah, that's like a little bit more pink. Perhaps a bit more what we were going for. I think that's quite a nice addition. I'm just adding it to the centre of my lid, my finger, and then just blending it. Blending it out. And then because I have it here in front of me, this is one of the Armani eye tints. This is this is in the shade number 12, which is a really nice pale champagne, and this is a more shimmery metallic. I'm going to add this right into the inner corner, just a little bit to kind of brighten the eye area. And then just take my finger and blend that in. I've got a new Maybelline Sky High mascara. Really like this mascara. Very lengthening, really separating as well. And I find that it lasts really well on my lashes. This is a brand new tube of this, so it might be a little bit wet today. But I do really enjoy this mascara, one of my favourites from the drugstore, definitely. And now I think we are ready to move on to the lips, which is obviously what we are all here for today. I have prepped my lips already with a tiny bit of lip balm. This is just the Sun Bum. It's like a stick lip balm, very simple and easy. My lips have been quite dry. So I have 3 of the new PRISMA lip glosses here. So this is the outer packaging, very simple. It's your classic Armani black box with kind of silver finishes on there. So let's open these. Luxury brands love to do this. They always have the numbering on the tube itself, but the actual name of the shade is always just on the box. YSL do that as well. It's very annoying. So these are the 3 that I have. I have the clear one. The one thing that I love about a clear lip gloss is like when you can see all of those bubbles in there. That might just be me. So that's a clear one. This is in 01. I then have this one, which is really interesting. So this has a bit of a shimmer to it, a bit of a golden shift. So this one is the shade number 5, Berry Beam. I hope it's picking up on camera, the slight gold shift that this one has, but this is a really nice mauve shade, a little bit more cool toned, but still has a good amount of rosiness in there as well. So it's quite wearable. It's not too purple for a mauve, really nice. And then again, it has that really pretty kind of golden shift. And then the third one that I have, and I think this is probably going to be my favorite. So this is number 2, Candy Halo. So this is a really nice kind of classic pink, a tiny bit coral leaning, but definitely a really nice staple everyday pink shade. So I'm going to turn down my light and then I'm going to swatch them on the back of my hand so that you can see the colours and how they compare side by side. So those are the 3 shades. Obviously the clear one, which is actually over here, you're not really going to be able to see, but I mean you can kind of see the shine that it gives though. And then you've got number 2, Candy Halo, and number 5, Berry Beam. So these retail for £30 each, and I do believe on the website they claim to be an oil and gloss formula. I don't think that they are super reminiscent of a lip oil. So I'm going to start with a clear one first. I guess I'll apply this just straight onto my lips. I was going to use a lip liner, but actually I think just applying it straight onto the lips might give you a bit more of an idea as to how it's like the finish of the gloss. So the applicator is really small. I don't know if I like it. It's quite a skinny doe foot, and I feel like with a lip gloss it's quite nice to have something a bit more plush that really hugs the lips. This one is definitely on the smaller side. Now my lips aren't very big. I don't have lip filler or anything like that, so because the lip applicator is so small, it doesn't pick up a lot of product, so you do have to keep dipping in to the tube to get more product, which can be a little bit annoying. But because the doe foot doesn't pick up a lot of product, that does mean that the application is quite light and quite thin as well, so you're not left with like a massive gloop of gloss where as soon as you press your lips together it's just a huge gloopy mess. So yes, a bit annoying that you have to keep going back in for more product, but it means that you can manipulate the application a little bit more, and if you want a really sheer layer, you can get that, or you can build it up as well. So this is the clear one. Obviously I've not got any lip liner or anything underneath. I don't know if these have a plumping element to them, but I kind of find them to be a tiny bit tingly, and I'm not a plumping gloss connoisseur. It's not the type of lip gloss that I reach for, but I do find a little bit of tingling with these. There's nothing jumping out at me that would suggest that it is a plumping formula, but I do feel like there's a little bit of a tingle. I don't think my lips physically look plumper. I think the shine is really nice, definitely very smoothing. Again, they feel quite thin on the lips. I think that's mainly down to the amount of product that the applicator picks up in the first place, which again might be a pro, it might be a con to some people, but it does make them very easy to apply. So I do like that about them. They also don't really have a smell. Don't pick up on any noticeable smell, maybe a bit plasticky just from the applicator itself perhaps, but no scent. I do like a scented lip product, I will say that. I'm not opposed to a nice like vanilla or cake batter type scent. I quite enjoy that in my lip products. But anyway, so that's the clear. So let's move on to one of the more pigmented glosses. So this is the shade number 2, which is Candy Halo. I think this is going to be my favorite. It's a really nice pinky rose, definitely my kind of pink shade. So I'm going to show you how much the applicator actually picks up. Like, it's really not a lot of product. I'm going to show you exactly how far one dip of these will go, and I'm hoping because this is one of the more pigmented glosses, you'll be able to see how much product is actually being deposited onto the lips. So that is just one dip. Something there, but I don't think this is the gloss's full potential. I think you do need to build it up to get a bit more shine and a bit more colour. So this is now dip number 2. And already you can see that it's just building really nicely on itself. Again, there is a slight tingle, but it's not anything too kind of off-putting, but just something to note. So that's number 2, Candy Halo. Definitely my kind of shade. I think it really suits my complexion, so I think this is one I'm going to be using a lot. Again, just like the clear gloss, it feels very lightweight, very hydrating. It's not too sticky. Again, I don't feel like they are super reminiscent of a lip oil, at least the ones that I've tried. So I know that's quite a buzzword at the moment, and perhaps that's why they decided to add that into their description of the product. But for me, they do just feel like a really nice, thin lip gloss consistency. And then the last one that we have is Berry Beam, which is number 5. I've not tried this one on yet, so this is going to be really interesting because again, it has that slight kind of golden shift to it. So this is one dip. I just don't really like that applicator. I think it's a bit too skinny for my liking. Some people might like it. Going in with dip number 2 now. This is actually a really pretty shade. And I can't really see a lot of the kind of shimmers that you can pick up on in the tube, but they don't seem to be translating on the lips, which I think is a good thing. I don't want glittery, shimmery lips, but okay, there's definitely some kind of plumping action going on in these because now I'm on gloss number 3. My lips are starting to tingle a little bit more. So this is number 5, Berry Beam. This one I would say is the closest to my natural lip colour. My lips do lean a little bit more on the cool toned mauvey side, so this is quite a nice the My Lips But Better shade. I might leave this one on, but I'm going to add a bit of liner. So I'm just going to use my NYX lip liner natural just around the outside. Oh golly. I think applying lip liner over a lip gloss is really recommended, but here we are. I do find you can really easily reapply and build up the colour. It does allow you to create really thin layers on the lips, which some people might really like. I like a little bit more from like an initial dip. I do like the one to hold a bit more product than these ones, but again, I think it might just be down to the size and the thinness of the doe foot. So that's just something to bear in mind. I mean, it's not a deal breaker. I think the finish and the feel is really nice. Again, it does have that slight plumping quality. It doesn't claim to have any plumping ingredients, but I'm just not convinced. So that was my quick review and application on the new Armani Prisma Glass glosses. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.